In this video, loads of brands, rubber handle. In fact, these ones are cheaper. There's a bigger trug. I do like the colour. The serrated base. The cordless nail gun. Black & Decker power tools. Nipping up a bit. Pot riveter. Nice. Wallpaper stripper. Plumbing kit there, look. And the impact driver for, enough said really, to operate the lights in the back garden. These are handy. Mini clamps, mitre saw stand for rust remover spray. It's Lidl time. Brushless as well. Magnetic strip set. Sliding saw. The pillar drill look for £65. And have you ever seen a saw like that before? Plunge router. I like the clips on them.
I've got the other video coming up of all the Parkside tools that I bought in the next few days, but in the meantime, I thought I'd put this video together. And I challenge you not to buy at least one of these tools I'm going to show you from various high street stores in the UK. It's quite a mix in varying price levels. There's some right bargains in there as well. We'll do the giveaway results for the last video, and I've got a new giveaway. And if you can do me a massive favour, it'll make my day. If you're watching this video and not subscribed, and you enjoy what you see, please subscribe. It costs nothing, and it shows the YouTube algorithm that might be doing something that's worth watching. Cheers. Oh, and by the way, you might have seen, look at that. I thought, it's getting cold now in the UK. I thought I'd get a hoodie and treat myself. I thought I'd get one with me logo on it. Think I might get a t-shirt as well, but the other reason I got a hoodie is because of this. A ruler on my sleeve. Near enough, because it's, well, it is spot on actually. And also, what about that then? Keep calm and head to the shed. A bit OTT, but that's the way I like it. Changed the logo a few times on the channel, but I've sort of stuck to that one. S for Sheddy, badge of honour. Or a bit like a school badge, because I'm always learning. Which reminds me, in this video, if I get anything wrong or if you've got any comments, put them below. If you've got any of these tools, put a comment below. It helps me and others. You make your own mind up on these tools and how they compare elsewhere. And of course, these are high street brands, but these prices might not be in all stores. And for reference, it was filmed on the 13th of September 2025. Of course, there was a tool drop at Aldi, so we'll go there. And of course, Lidl, because there were some bits I missed last time. And a load of others. Some of the tools that I bought, I'll show at the end of the video. I'm pretty sure you'll need a notepad. Come with me on the ultimate tool shopping trip. So, fellow sheddies and tool lovers, let's stop the waffle and get on with it and enjoy the music. Hello, sheddies, and you join me again in my shed.
Right then, let's start off in Aldi, the middle aisle. First of all, £25 for the paint spray gun, mains, not battery operated, and £7 for this all-purpose protective fleece. I've not seen that before, by Deco. £5 for this jumpsuit, disposable for painting. £45 for the cordless nail gun. Now Heath from Heath's Workshop, he's done a review on them, check his channel out. £10 for a pair of extendable ratchets. And £13 for this rechargeable LED work light. Brilliant white emulsion by Crown for 12 quid. And £5 for this large mat. Good for a workshop. 50 by 75 centimetres. And do you need a welding mask? For 20 quid, that auto darkening one. £25 for the mains Ferrex orbital sander and sheet sander. And £4 for a selection of grinding discs and flappy discs. Mini roller set for 3 quid. And a set of 2-rung steps for £18. I've got some of them, I can rate them. Deco paintbrushes set for £4. Selection of rattle cans, £4 a tin. And I think there's some clear lacquer in there. Cheapo duct tape and masking tape at £2.69 a pack. Window film at £4. I've not seen that in action. It'd be interesting to see how good it is, if it is any good. A £5 for a selection of different screws in a nice box. Silicone at £5 a tube. Sanitary sealant there as well by Unibond. And pull-out steps, good for putting in the kitchen or in the workshop, of course, for £4 each. And then £13 for the laptop riser. These are coming out as well in Lidl, actually. £2.50 a selection of pliers. A selection of different styles of hooks, which I think I've shown on my channel before. In fact, I know I have. And then the mini workbench grinder, 30 quid. I think it's similar to the Parkside one. And these, I've shown these before, but such a bargain. £3 for mole grips and welding clamps. So all the selection of mallets and hammers that came out of Parkside, well, these are dearer, actually, £4.50. A lot of this stuff I've shown before. I wanted to show you again because this is when the sales come out, where there's quite a bit reduced. Screw removal kit and the spirit level kit, because it's reduced now to £2. £5 for the wire strippers and crimper. Magnetic set, reduced now for £2. That's got the magnetic tray. And then £5 reduced to PVC pipe cutter and the mini pipe bender. Scrapers, trowels, floats, etc. reduced now to £2.50. And then £25, brilliant bit of kit that, the brushless, well, it doesn't say it's on the tin, but it's a brushless impact driver. And then the batteries, £15 and £25 for the 5 amp hour. Gloves for £2, teacup for a £5, and the car organiser for the back of a seat, £7. And I thought I'd show you this. It's fishing gear, but it's a set of scales now for 99p. Obviously, we don't have to use it for weighing fish. We can use it for anything. Right, off to Poundland. Now, if you look around, Poundland's great for some tools. Cheapo saw there for £3. It even looks like it's got rubber on the handle. £3 for like a cheap Stanley knife. Hand stapler in a nice box. Vinyl gloves. Mini spirit level for £1. Got one of them. Sprung-loaded clamps. Crafting knives. Snap-offable knives for £1. Plumbing kit there, look. It looks like with a bleed key, PTFE tape and seals. And yes, you even get reduced stuff in Poundland. Reduced to £1 for that wire brush. And it looks like a weird angle one. Anyway, I might have bought one of them. Loads of tape, torches, head torches, hand torches, sugar soap. That expanding foam, I've used that, really good stuff. Instant filler. And these tiny tape measures on a keyring for £1. And by the way, if you like this sort of video, give me a thumbs up. Cheers. A Kodak LED torch there, look. £3. Different lights, flashing lights, more torches, and bulbs. I've always got bulbs from Poundland. £3 for a set of 3. A couple of high-vis keyrings for £1. And these toolboxes, they seem a little dear to me, £12. Always handy to have Ziploc bags in the workshop for £1. And these little boxes as well, putting things in, screws or whatever for £1. And foil tins, putting paint in or fluids or varnish. Now, it's out of season now, but they aren't bad. £1.50 for the fork, well, the mini fork. And the little rake fork thing as well comes in handy. And who can remember them? Fish and chip crisps. They always have a load of batteries in stock, Duracell and Kodak. Right then, off to the range. It's beginning of September. Black & Decker power tools, drill for £33. And we've got this little mouse sander for £22. 18-volt cordless drill for £43. And then there's this jigsaw for £28. Hot air gun for £25, cheaper at Parkside. Grinding discs and the like. Now, I did notice at the range, there's a lot of price labels that have been scratched out, like the price has changed. So, I can't give you many prices. Some I can, some of the prices still on there. I did spot this, though, a basin wrench. I've not seen one of these for a while, actually. So, you can get to the taps at the back of the sink to tighten up the pipe connectors. You know what it's like. Sometimes you can't reach. A double hook here, look, for £8. Now, I've seen these in another store we'll go to shortly. Bit cheaper, actually. £8 for a combination square and a protractor. And then a pot riveter for £8. And if you notice, it's mainly Sabre is their top brand at the range. Toolboxes there for £11. That's really good, actually. And these are really handy. £4. I've got one of them. You know when you're taking tools into the house and it's just like a trug? Is it a trug? And this trolley here, look. Not seen one of them before. Like a basket with a handle and wheels. And there's a bigger trug with little slots around the outside. Put your screwdrivers and whatever. Is trug the right word? Is it trug? Something like that. Compartment boxes there. Different sizes. And then £35. Here we are. Another paint sprayer. 550 watts. And a wallpaper stripper. 2,000 watts. 185mm circular saw for £45. Mains. And then these wall-mounted containers, £25 for plastic shelving by 2Max, is it? And this is interesting, look, a little stool for £19. And then on top, it's actually got like a little toolbox. There's the handle to release it, or release the lid. And by the way, if you've got any of these tools and you've got experiences with them, put them in the comments below. It helps me and others. We saw a mains iron drill there and a mains mini circular saw. Right, back onto the Sabre tools again. There's a rotary tool set. And if you notice, the mains are in orange, but then this light blue, I do like this blue, is for the cordless range. That's the charger there we've just gone by. There's the mains orbital sander. And we go to the grinder, that's mains as well. And here's the batteries for the 18 volt range. 20 quid for a battery. Doesn't seem too bad a price. Multi-purpose tool there. I do like the colour. And there's a torch, look. Similar to the one at Parkside. Now, I've seen these before, these mighty mini vacs. I was tempted to get one. I've seen one on another channel where it's really powerful for blowing out dust and what have you. Hand planed by Sabre. And again, this is the cordless range, the jigsaw, and the cordless palm sander for 25 quid. Bare unit. You buy the batteries separate. Combi drill kit, 30 quid. Pressure washer, 2,000 watts. By Sabre again. All those attachments, 140 quid. Oh, might not be all in blue then for the cordless stuff, because I think that's cordless, but is that a different range because it's a lower voltage? The rotary tool set. Core drill bit for masonry, 16 quid, 110 mil. Set of jigsaw blades, £6. Different drill bits. I've got one of these, a voltage tester. It's a different brand I've got. It's not bad for a £5. Different saws, Stanley and the cheap brand. Junior hacksaw and a normal hacksaw for £11. Was that £12, was it? Don't seem too bad. And then a plaster board saw, £3.30, or a pad saw. I think it's another name for it. And some sash clamps, huge ones. Don't know the price of them though. Great selection of hardware. I'm not going to go through all that. Loads to go through. Different styles of torches. Cable ties, different colours. Electrical fittings, plugs, sockets, switches. HDMI leads, the usual stuff. Now, I've got these to operate the lights in the back garden on a remote socket. £15 for a set of 2 with the remote. Car gear, plenty of that. Door handles with the keyhole and then the internal door handles. £12 those are, and these ones are £11. By Hyatt. Coat hangers and hooks. Door knobs, cupboard knobs. £10 a pack. Spray paint, loads of it. Handy for the shed, workshop and garage, £2.50 for a set of 8 hooks. Sink and drain cleaner on a winder, £3.99 I think they were. £10 for this Sabre screwdriver set with a wall bracket. More Christmas stuff. There's loads of it. In fact, there was a load of Halloween gear. I do like this dancing Santa, though, for 130 quid. No, not buying it. Yeah, Halloween gear as well. These statues look funky, though. And then off to One Beyond. Now, I've not been in there for a while, and I forgot all about the place. Look, they've got drain cleaner brushes for £2. In fact, these ones are cheaper, £1.50. And then a radiator brush, so you can get round the back of the radiator for cleaning, £1.50. And these have got a single socket with a remote for £8. It's not bad. Now, I bought some of these from Amazon, actually. They open up like an LED light. I think were they £7, something like that. Now, I did notice in here, the bulbs are even cheaper than Poundland. They're the multicoloured ones, but they're the standard LED lights. Look, 2 for £1.50. 75p each. A mini tape dispenser there, and loads of stationery stuff, and then onto the proper tools. Drain buster for £3. Rubber gloves, work gloves, all really cheap. Epoxy resin glue, super glue, big packs, Allen keys for £1.50. Insulation tape, £1.25. Duct tape, £1. Probably don't get much on there, though. And then a long reach mini paint roller to get to the back of the radiator. Well, the wall at the back of the radiator or any other tight spot. Scrapers, paint brushes. I know a lot of people will think, oh, it's cheap stuff, it's going to be rubbish. But for some people, it will suit. Tape measures, 10 metre. £2. Locks for £1.50. Padlocks, don't think they're going to be that good, though. But then for £3, look, combination square. And these are handy. Mini handy hands with a magnifying glass, £3. Cable ties for £1. Drill bits. Pipe wrench for £3. Couple of screwdrivers for £1.25. Bit set for £2. And this isn't bad. Wire brush set. Everything in there, look, for £5. Sprung clamps, £1.25. Precision screwdrivers. Mini clamps, £3. I think a lot of this stuff is like for beginner DIYers or whatever. And you remember that double hook that I saw? It was £7. It's £1.50 in here. It's obviously a different design, but I'm sure it will do the same sort of job. Saws, files, hammers, mini dumpy screwdrivers there. Couple, I think that was for £1 as well. Mallets, rubber mallet, £2. Look at this, look, a magnetic strip set for £5. It's quite, I think there's 3 in there, is there? Perfect for putting all your spanners and screwdrivers and whatnot on your workbench or tool wall. Speed clamps there, they were fairly cheap. Helping hand grabber reach thing, £1.50. If you have trouble bending over and you want to pick something off the floor, a bit of rubbish or whatever. Magnetic bulldog clips, £1, set of 3. I've got some of them, I think they were from Parkside. Massive calculators, paintbrushes, £1.50, and the better ones there for £2. Emulsion paintbrush, £1.50, and a tarpaulin there for £1.50. I'll be interested to know if anyone's used this furniture spray paint there. That ain't bad, £1.25 for protector pads. Big pack of them. Bungee cords, £1.50 a pack. Always come in handy. £3 for rust remover spray by that 151. I've used 151 brand before. Lithium grease, £3. Spray on grease there as well. And the small tins of WD-40. And it sometimes goes to show, look, these are cheaper at Aldi. Right, I went the other day and I'm going again because I've missed some bits. It's Lidl time. Off to Parkside in the middle aisle, and here's the pillar drill, look, for £90. Dean from Woodwork Journey, he's had one. By all accounts, good reviews. Check his channel out. And as I was walking around, I was thinking, I wonder if they got a lunchbox in. And as I was looking at the plasma cutter, I found the last one in the store. And I already had the battery holders for the wall, but I got the screwdriver holder as well. There's the other version of the 20-volt cordless LED light. I probably didn't show that well in the last video. Right, off to B&Q. Huge range of brands. Here's the Erbauer planer, cordless. The recip saw there for £80. The battery charger is £30. The 4-amp-hour battery is £40, and the 5-amp-hour is £45. Impact driver there for £60, brushless as well. The drill for £110, and the Elite Combi drill there for £90. Look at the handle on that. Now for the Makita range, 18-volt LXT. The cordless planer, £145. And I don't know much about Makita and these other brands, actually, so let me know how these prices are faring. The cordless jigsaw, £150. The impact driver there for £89. There's a sale there on the combi drill, £131. Bare unit, £100 for the sander. And then £170 for the hammer drill. Next, it's DeWalt. The sander there, £150. Yes, I know, this is such a mixed bag of a video. So many different styles of tools and price levels. Cordless jigsaw, and then for £165 is the recip saw. Or is it called the saber saw? £109 for the combi drill, and then the impact driver at £112, obviously brushless. Large hammer drill, £129, and then the multi-tool for £110. Next, Ryobi. And of course, these tools come bare without battery. The planer for £99, the jigsaw for £78, and the multi-tool for £80. The drill for £50 and the impact driver for £62. And here we go, look, another work light. This one, £30. Makes me appreciate that Parkside one I got even more because that only cost a tenner. A Mains 9-inch McAllister grinder, reduced to 60 quid. And the Erbauer one for £85. Bosch grinder for 115mm blades, £44. Now, I've actually got this Mains McAllister grinder myself. It's been reduced to £30. And then a DeWalt brushless multi-tool for £212. £50 for the McAllister multi-tool, Mains. Erbauer plunge saw, 185mm blade, £170. Erbauer mini circular saw, reduced to £55 and 25 pence. DeWalt circular saw, 184mm, £99, and that's Mains. Evolution circular saw, and that's been reduced to £55. The Erbauer one for 80 quid. The Erbauer recip saw, £60. And a selection of jigsaws. McAllister, £24. Black & Decker one there for 30, and the Bosch one at 50 quid. Oh, and the Erbauer one for 60, all Mains. And for £199, the 255mm corded sliding saw from Evolution, and the Erbauer one at £220. The DeWalt one with a smaller blade, £230. And here we go, look, the miter saw stand from McAllister for £70. Cheapo miter saw here, look, for £65 by McAllister. Magnuson storage boxes for £20 each. And then there's these orange toolboxes for £6.99. I think they're the ones for £6.99. And they're actually made by Stanley. A good selection of spanners and sockets and the like. I do like the Magnuson range. You can see here, look, you've got a pipe wrench, pliers and some snips in there in the set. I've actually got the Magnuson Spirit level. Electrician's pliers and snips. And other brands as well. Got the Erbauer quick jaw opening wrench or pipe wrench for £17. And a good range of Irwin tools. A couple of saws there for £14. And other brands of saws. And have you ever seen a saw like that before? I think it's for insulation. Something to do with the dust not spraying out as much because it's curved. By Spear & Jackson. Irwin saws. These are the Spirit level. I've got the long one. I think it's the 5 foot long one or thereabouts, £29. Or is it 6 foot? Nice toolkit there for £61 by Magnuson. Like a canvas bag. Panel and board carrier for £12. Could come in very handy. £17 for this trowel and plasterers set. Irwin chisel set. And I think it comes with a sanding stone there as well. Huge Magnuson screwdriver set there. Of course, other brands of screwdrivers as well, including Erbauer. £39 for these Erbauer compartment boxes. And then for £110, the Erbauer drill combi set. And I won't bother going through all these, but I'll speed through it because this video is going to go on forever. But loads of drills, loads of brands. Hammer drills. Look at that breaker by McAllister. And sanders. All the brands. Planers and routers. And then for 50 quid, the McAllister router. Or plunge router. Dremel, good selection of those. Including all the bits. More compartment boxes and toolboxes. Workwear, loads of workwear. Work boots as well. Sandpaper. Blades, dominoes, or biscuits, should I say. £48 for these Erbauer toolboxes. stackable, and then the baskets, 25 quid. Here we are again, look, plastic shelving. I think it's about the same sort of price. And these Magnuson toolboxes for 20 quid. They look fairly chunky. I like the clips on them. And a massive mat for tenner. Size is it? 80 by 120 centimetres. And again, another tool set by Magnuson in like an aluminium briefcase box. £85. Right then, back to the shed.
There's a few other stores that I could have included but didn't have time. And I would have done Machine Mart, but I've done a dedicated video to their store. I'll put it in the description below. Yeah, I managed to get it. The Parkside lunchbox, £7.99. Last one in the store. That's fate, that is. It's got a plastic base on it. My mate Callum from Scoping Out Tools, he said you ought to do a puddle test on this, and I think I might at some point because brilliant idea. You know, when you drop it down in a puddle, it's going to protect it from water. Zip at the bottom level, insulated. Look at that. Feels quality, feels chunky. Opens up a bit more. I'll do the giveaway at the end of this video as well, and the results of the last giveaway. It's got a top section as well. There we go. Foil insulated to keep everything cool. Or does it keep it warm as well? Ideal for camping, picnics and barbecues. Size 20 by 33 by 23 centimetres. 12 litres. With an insulated compartment for keeping food hot and cold. Or cold, not at the same time. Keeps food and drinks cool for up to 5 hours. Water resistant interior for quick cleaning. Adjustable detachable shoulder strap. Pocket at the front there, mesh pocket. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Real fanboy thing this is from Parkside. Rubber Parkside label. 2 zips on both compartments. Oh, rubber handle. Good grip on that, and it's flexible as well. And there's the strap just to release. And a nice shoulder pad on the top that can slide. Good. I'm pleased I got that. I'll be waiting for it to come out again. A solid tray at the bottom, like a serrated base so it doesn't move about. Next, saw in the last video I got the battery wall holders. Now I've got the holders for the cordless screwdriver. £2.99 each or 2 for a £5. Let's have a look. Out you come. Instructions, screws and raw plugs. Oh yeah, you can see how they lock in. So that'll screw to the wall. And then, I already mount these at the back wall, but I might have a better way of doing it now. And then put that. Nice! Little bit of movement in it. Nothing to write home about. If that's screwed to the wall there, then when you need your drill, just unclip it and it pops out. I suppose it's better to have it that way round, would it? So it doesn't just fall on the floor. So, release, and then just slide it out the top. Nice. Someone asked me as well, do these fit Ferrex? No, is the answer. Just to show. Nope. Completely different setup. There we go. 2 for a £5. Next. Wire brush from Poundland, reduced to £1 from £2. Ain't bad, is it? Like a scrubbing brush, I suppose. Oh, yeah. You can imagine, can't you? Knacker me cutting board. Scrubbing in those tight corners and really putting pressure on there. Suppose you put your thumb against that, do you? Just like a plastic with steel bristles. You get the idea. Next. I think these were £1. They were from One Beyond. Yeah, they were. So a stencil, ruler, and then a ruler with a little lip on it so you can lift it up. Come out. Bit flexible. Certainly won't be shatterproof. Inches down one side, millimetres down the other. All the letters and numbers. Bit of paper. You really need a fine pencil, don't you? It'll do. And all. Next, I also got this from One Beyond. £2.99. Block, I think the name is. Coping saw. Alloy steel frame with soft grip handle. Rubber. That's good rubber as well. Good grip on it. And spare blades. And it comes with a hacksaw blade as well. Nipping up a bit. To release the handle. Enough slack to take the blade out and swap it over for one of them. So another standard junior hacksaw blade. Coping saw blades for going around the tight bends. 3 of those. Fine teeth one in that one. Good, happy with that. £2.99. Next,
I got 3 more packs from Aldi of those Ferrex screw mover sets. Already got some of these. I'm going to do them as separate giveaways. Reduced from $2.99 to $1.99. Bird head on a screw, and you can't get it out. Get it out with one of these. We'll do one of these for the giveaway and the fishing scales for 99p. Of course, we could use that for anything, including when you're going on holiday and you think, oh, I might overweight and I'm going to get rinsed when I get to the airport. I'll open it up. I'm sure you don't mind. Whoever's going to win it. There we are. In pounds and kilograms. Enough said, really. Hook at the bottom and a loop at the top. Good. So there for the giveaway. And of course, the sticker, tool lover. To enter, just be subscribed and put I'm in below in the comments. Put I'm in on its own or I'm in and something else after it. Thoughts, opinions, experiences, whatever. Or just I'm in on its own. And I'll announce it in another video and never announce it in the comments. Right, let's do the giveaway results from the last video. And this is for the Parkside t-shirt and of course the sticker. And I've scrolled up and down the screen until I land on somebody. And this time it is Carl Fielding 13. Send me an email. It's in the description below. Well done.
As I always say, I'm not an expert. These are just things I get up to in my shed at the weekend. Put your comments below. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Welcome to my new subscribers as well, by the way. Thank you. Back to doing the tool reviews in the next video. I might do a video like this again in the future. There's plenty of other stores that I can go to. Put your suggestions below. Put your comments below on all the tools that I've mentioned and shown you. Your experiences really matter. It helps us all. I'll put a link on the screen now to all my other tool reviews, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. And remember, keep calm and head to the shed. Cheers.
See you next time on Weekend Shedhead.